Well, hey guys, welcome to a bit of a twofer today. A sort of a head-to-head. I'll probably wind up calling it a head-to-head, although it's really not intended to be a competition between two guns, although my head-to-heads usually aren't. It's more of a comparison. Doing a bit of a rewind today, going back a few years when these two guns were all the rage. And still, in my opinion, today, these two guns belong very close to the top of a very short list of best-in-class handguns, especially for any kind of competition. I'm talking about the Sig Sauer X5 Legion, right here, and the Walther Q5 match steel frame over here. They have a lot of things in common, and they have a lot of things that differentiate them. Talk a little bit about those things, but right now I just want to start having a little fun. So I've got my target 12 yards down range, and I am going to start out with the Walther, just because the Q5 match steel frame. Now this gun is optic ready or optic capable, but it does not have an electronic optic installed on it. The Sig does, so right off the bat there's a difference. But that kind of gives me an opportunity to flex both muscles, if you will. The sight picture, just like I like it. Blacked out rear, nice fiber optic front, which is red in this case. Such wonderful ergonomics. I've been a Walther shooter in competition for years. So the Walther PPQ and PPQ-like ergonomics just really feel poured into my hand. Number one, because they're fantastic, and number two, as I said, I've been shooting them for so many years, very comfortable. But a few years ago, this guy kind of took the competition world, IDPA, USPSA, Steel Challenge, took those competitions by storm, and everybody, I mean, I would go to a match, everybody had one of these on their hip. So I know Sig made a lot of money on them for good reason. It's a pretty innovative gun, and at the end of the day, the things that count are all here. Number one, it's a shooter. Now this one, is, again, does have an optic, but it also has co-witness, and I'm really just going to use my sights. Very good ergonomics here as well. It's a little larger feeling in the hand. Okay, back to the Q5 steel frame. Now, both of these guns are heavy. This one obviously is heavy because it's made of all steel. The one thing I did change is it has a lock grip on it. I've talked to you and showed you about that before, but I'll give you a close-up of that. Beautiful color. The blue and black, I think, matches the trigger really nice. It also changes the grip angle a little bit and kind of makes it a little bit smaller. So this one, between these two guns, the way I have it configured, with all the asterisks and caveats, this one is the smaller one in the hand. The trigger, of course, is nearly legendary on the Walther PPQ family. And this one is incredible. And it is just a shooter. It'll run just as fast as you can possibly run it. Now the Sig, on the other hand, is innovative in a completely different way. This uses a metal infused polymer. So we've got tungsten infused into the polymer. Some magic way during the manufacturing process. I'm sure there's a lot of heat involved in that. And that gives you the flex of a polymer and the ability to mold like a polymer, but gives you the weight like a steel, which is pretty neat. It is a bigger feeling gun in the hand. It is a much fuller sized frame, even without the change of the grip panel that I did on the Walther. This one does come with a nice full-size flared mag well. That is something that you had to get a different model for with the Q5, which I didn't get. So again, this one does have the Sig Romeo optic on it, but there is a notch for the front sight to be co-witnessed, which is good. So I can use either the dot or the front sight as I wish. The front sight on this is a green, and it's a bit smaller. I'm going to go just strong hand only for this last magazine in each, which is just a 5-rounder. See if I can find the middle of the target. I did feel on those 2 volleys right there of 5 rounds, I did feel like the red dot was a bit of an advantage. A bunch of people out there going, duh, but yeah, I don't always feel that way. I don't always feel it's an advantage. I did that time. All right, I have just emptied another box of 50 into my magazines. So that's 2 10s and a 5 for each gun. And I'm going to expand my horizons downrange a little bit. Step right up. Try your skill. Try and hit these steel targets. Brought to me and brought to you by my good friends at TA Targets. Those targets were provided to this channel. But you can save money if you want to buy some. Look down below in the description. All right, that's a good way to finish out that mag. Let's see if I can do the same thing with the Sig X5 Legion. I'm going to use the open sights. And not too successfully. Let me try the dot. All right, let's see. There we go. Oh, I can't tell where I am. So I'm using the open sight, but can't tell. Obviously I'm a little to the right, judging by that one plate, but let's go back to the Walther. See if I can clean it up. Maybe it's that plate. All right, I'm going to move over to the other tree. All right, and again with the Walther, I was able to finish on a hit. I like that. Those 2 racks are about 17 yards away, and both the square and the round plates are about 6 inches in size, whether it be diameter or whatever. For your reference. Just so you know, it's not a gimme by any means. All right, doing much better over here. And again, finished on a hit. It's like golf, you know, no matter how bad you suck, but boy, if that last shot's a good one, you'll come back next week. I think there must be either just something mental with me and that one round plate, or just maybe it's stuck. So I'm going to stick over here with the square paddles. I've got 5 rounds in each magazine. See if we can go hit for hit with them. Nope. All right, that was one miss with the Q5. Try the Sig. That felt like a hit. All right, well, didn't do as well with the last 5. If I had to choose between these two guns, because I really love them both a lot, a whole lot, they're very different in many ways and very similar in many ways. But if I had to choose between the two, and I'm not going to do that here, spoiler alert, he's not going to pick, but if I had to, it would be a very tough choice to make, and I would have to, I don't know, man, I would have to really give it a lot of thought, because even with their differences, they're so similar, and I like them so much that I would have a really hard time choosing between the two. I know that's not very helpful to you if you're watching this video so I can tell you which one to buy. Sorry, it's really not my style anyway. What I'm more likely to do is hope to try to give you information so that you can decide which one you should buy. That's my goal. I know some of you guys like to see me put some on paper, so I'm going to put 5 rounds from each gun into that target, this 12 yards down range. This is the Sig Sauer 9mm NATO ammunition. This is 124 grain plus P. This is the brown box M17 ammo. So, this is, I don't have much of this, but I'm going to put 5 rounds through each. So, if maybe the Sig ammo will perform better in the Sig handgun, I don't know. I presume that's not necessarily the case, but we'll find out if there's an advantage there. I'm going to start out with the Walther Q5 steel framed. Go to the top target. Okay. Now keep in mind, this is more of a test of me, because I'm shooting offhand. So this is really more of a test of me. And what it comes down to is maybe I shoot one of these guns better than the other. I've kind of sometimes today You know, I kind of feel like I've been tied to the whipping post. I kind of feel like I've shot each of them better at different times during the day today. So take that for whatever it's worth. Okay, can't see the hits real clear, but they look, the groups look similar size-wise, so I will have to measure them to find out for sure. I think it's safe to say that both of these guns are definitely in tune. In fact, I think they are so in tune that they could be used to play for you, Song of My People.